Adam, what do you call a time-traveling cow?
What do you call a time-traveling cow?
Dr. Moo.
Yeah. Oh.
Planet of the pudding brains.
There's no point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes.
Do you like a jelly baby? Shut up!
Hello and welcome, Whovians, because it's time for a new episode of Musings of a Pudding Brain. I'm Adam.
And I'm Matt.
And this week we are plowing through 3 episodes. Yeah, it's going to be...
It's a bit of a marathon. The opener, episode 6, Extremis.
Yes.
It's just such a dense episode. Literally watching this episode and trying to take notes on it so I could remember everything took me 2 hours. It literally took me double time to watch the episode because I kept having to rewind and go, wait, what?
Yeah, especially when the revelations start really coming along.
Right, yeah, it's very much the M. Night Shyamalan, like, oh, by the way, there's a twist.
Yeah. What a twist.
But it opens up a long time ago. Quote unquote. Doesn't give us a date, just
Nope.
a long time ago. Unknown planet that is apparently filled with executioners. It is the culture's apparent belief that it is their honor and duty to learn how to exterminate every life form.
Yes.
Anywhere, and they have a very dense fatality index, which just sounds like Shao Kahn's sitting in the background going, ha ha ha, fatality. Every time
yes.
they bring it up, I just...
Finish him.
Exactly. It's all I could think of. It's like, all right, so... And it's this big setup, and it seems like, okay, the doctor's getting executed, but they're being awfully polite about it. And he's really calm, which the doctor usually is.
Yeah.
But seems to be going about to his death very, very sheepishly.
Yeah. Like, he's really accepted it.
And they explain, like, this contraption here, it will stop both hearts, 3 brain stems, and kill the ability to regenerate. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's got to be an interrupt card
And
right there.
then they get locked inside a folding...
A quantum chamber,
Yeah.
quantum fold chamber. And they're locked in stasis for 1,000 years just in case of, quote-unquote, relapse. Friggin' Time Lords.
I know.
But...
They relapse so often.
And as a condition, it's their tradition that a Time Lord is required to be the executioner of another Time Lord.
Right.
So they apologize for their choice, but their Time Lords are hard to find. Haha, chuckle, chuckle, there's 2 of them at this point.
Right.
Yes. It's like, oh yes, you're very witty, gallows humor, funny. And it's at that point when they bring out the prisoner. And it's Missy. The doctor is there to execute Missy.
I like the way that it's played up for just a moment between the moment that Missy comes out and when the doctor is revealed to be the executioner. There's just a moment where you're like, oh, is she the executioner? And she's just like, oh, I'm so sorry that it's me.
She even gestures the way for him, like,
to
go towards the machine, and he steps around and steps to the lever. I'm like, oh,
yes.
Okay, she's finally pissed off the wrong group of aliens.
Yes.
And again, she seems to be sort of calm about it at first.
Yeah.
And, which is very Missy, like, oh, you're not going to crack me, whatever, haha. And, yeah, they have to lock her in this vault, so it's revealed that the vault that the doctor has been guarding, it is definitely Missy. We kind of knew this a while ago, if you were paying attention.
I like the fact that you're like, I'm going to call it now. And I was just like, I'm over there going, I can't say anything.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Thank you, River. And it flips back to, like, today, quote-unquote today.
Right.
Present time, doctor's wearing the shades, he's still blind, he's talking to Missy through the vault, saying that memories are so much worse in the dark. And then jumps to the floor, and through the sonic sunglasses, that he's kind of got vision in a way.
In a sense.
Yeah, it's almost like a sonar grid, like he sees through echolocation or something like that. But he's not seeing everything. He doesn't actually see people there. He sees nothing organic.
Right.
And no light or anything. But he gets an email that just says, EXTREMIS. And then it flips to the opening credits.
My question immediately was, who's emailing the doctor?
See, there again, it's one of those, okay, it's the doctor, accept it and take the ride because something's about to go down in a serious way. We flip to, again, we find the doctor again. He's in his lecture hall, standing in the dark.
I am still saddened that the doctor is still blind.
Yeah, he pays the price sometimes.
I know.
It speaks to the character of the man that he never stops fighting regardless of whatever obstacle in his way. His will is that indomitable.
Okay.
So,
all right.
It is that. What I'm sad about is the fact that he's still trying to cover it up from everybody.
I know.
Like, dude, just tell everybody about it. They won't think you're any weaker. You're the doctor. If anything else, it'll put them off their guard because, he's blind. What could he do? He's the doctor.
He can do more now.
With us, yeah. Mm-hmm. But as he's standing in the hall, Nardole comes up from behind him and, of course, begins to harass him about his eyes. And the entire College of Cardinals strolls into the lecture hall, and Nardole's telling him who it is and what's going on, because he's effectively the doctor's eyes and doing the best he can with it, bless him, but it leads to a lot of low comedy. And the Cardinals come to beseech the doctor for help because they have a scroll from Pope Benedict IX from 1045 AD.
Yes.
Specifically recommending the doctor. And the doctor's response was, oh yes, lovely girl, what a night. I knew she'd be trouble. Like, wait, come again now?
Yes.
So the Pope was a woman. Oh, okay. I mean...
No, it was a girl. It was just like, wait, what?
Yeah, either way, female as the
Pope.
Yeah,
I know.
It's just one of those, you can see Catholics' heads exploding all over the place. Going,
they're like, no, that's not possible.
But as he's ruminating on the Pope, the actual Pope shows up.
Yeah.
And it's like, why would he come here? He's standing right in front of you, Doctor. Oh, of course he is. Sorry, I didn't recognize you, Pope.
And the Pope's like in his white robes.
His white robes, and it's like, it's obvious. You wouldn't have to recognize his face to know that, dude, that's the Pope.
Yeah. Sea of red robes and the one dude in white. I think he's kind of in charge.
Speaking Italian. Yeah. He's the Pope. and the doctor asks, wait, why? You don't do this. Why would you do this? The Pope doesn't just muck about in his Pope-mobile coming to... Why would you do this?
Yeah.
And the Pope's one-word answer is extremis. Now, for those of you who don't know the Latin, extremis literally translates to at the point of death. So, with all of this foreshadowing barged upon us, we forge on and we find Bill out on a date, having a very pleasant date with a lovely young lady.
Yes!
Comes back to her foster mother's house, since the last house she had didn't exactly work out. And the foster mother is still, apparently has no idea that Bill is gay and is just clueless beyond measure.
Did you bring a man here?
Yes.
We have rules about this.
The date's in the bathroom and she's like, you didn't bring somebody home. Well, yeah, kinda. The date comes out. I was like, oh, you're a girl. Well, that's all right then. I have very strict rules about bringing men home. And Bill Mother's like, probably not stricter than mine. The foster mother goes away, and they're having a very nice first date chat over tea about, well, whatever this is, it's nothing to be ashamed of, and, kind of having that heaping, there's no guilt involved here, and then Bill hears the TARDIS appear, and is trying to play it off.
It's the pipes.
And the next thing you know, the Pope busts out of the door, starts... expounding in full-blown Italian and chewing out the doctor. And when it busts back into the bedroom, at which point the poor date Penny is like, that was the Pope. No, I can... No, that was the Pope. And she's out.
I don't know about you, but if the Pope came busting into the studio right now, I would even freak out. I'd be like, no. No.
See, I would probably have the opposite reaction. I'd stand up and go, I'm the chosen one, aren't I? Sit down, my son. You need to go to confession, if anything else. But yeah, so, of course, Bill goes back into the bedroom. There's a bunch of I'm not sure if they were cardinals, but very priestly robed people standing in the bedroom, and of course one of them who makes eye contact just throws his arms out like, what do we do? I didn't say anything.
I don't know what's going on.
And Bill just looks at him, you're all going to hell. Oh, she's mad. She goes in and immediately starts chewing the doctor out about boundaries, and whenever I'm having one of those very rare, very special moments that you are not to interrupt it.
Yeah.
And the doctor just, okay, so now I know. Noted. Moving on. Nardal, you want to fill her in, and just kind of ignores her and turns away.
Yeah.
Which is really weird, because usually he's much more expounding on what's going on, and
yes,
wants to prove once again that he's much smarter than everybody else in the room. So him being quiet is another, like, oh, something's happening here. But it... Basically, what the Pope is after is there is a ancient scroll that is older than the church.
Yes.
That the language has been lost. The only thing they have was the title, which was Veritas, truth.
The truth.
And they had a translated copy of it, but the sect that was translating it, after they translated it, immediately destroyed the translations and committed mass suicide.
Yeah.
So, of course, later down the road, the Vatican gets another group of translators to figure it out. And everybody who worked on the translation or read it after it was
and they
done,
they had everyone separated, and they were only translating a very every other line type of thing.
Right. They did everything they could, but anybody who had worked on it or read it at all immediately committed suicide.
Once it was completed.
Just like, yep, and we're out. So, again, is it supernatural, alien? What's the cause?
Is this demonic?
Yeah, what's the cause? And they want the doctor to read it.
Yeah.
Which is like, hey, this might be a suicide run. You interested?
Well, why not?
Dude, it's kind of what you do.
I can regenerate.
So, again, but the doctor is blind. How is he going to read it? And he's mucking about with some sort of alien tech that he just refers to as a reading aid.
Yes.
Which, again, the doctor downplays everything. So it's like, okay, he said it was dangerous, but it's a reading aid. What is it really? And the head cardinal, the Pope's right-hand man, has a little chat with him and basically says, Pope Benedict offered you the chance to give confession, and you are on record saying it would take too long.
Yeah.
On behalf of the church, the offer still stands. You seem like a man who has regrets.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, dude, you have no idea the can of worms you're opening. It's
once
very
again
kind of you, but
once again, for the doctor to confess, it would remember that disc that he was stuck in Hellbent. Hellbent. That is a Time Lord confessional. And he spent enough time to just break it instead of confessing.
Yeah, something around 4 billion years.
Yeah. So, no Catholic Church, you don't have the time for this.
Yes, it's sweet of you, but no. At this point, we flip back to the execution planet, as I'm going to refer to it here on out.
Yeah, okay.
Just for simplicity's sake. And a priest arrives. And everyone's kind of looking around. Did somebody ask for a priest? And the priest gestures to the doctor and is like, apparently I did.
I did. Okay.
Okay. And of course, there's rules and regulations. Let me check the fatality index. Yes, there's 482 some odd instances where divine intervention is allowed for 5 minutes.
I know.
Like, divine intervention, 5 minutes. God, you need a miracle now.
You have 5 minutes, sir.
At which point the doctor goes over to the priest. And the priest starts this very long, long explanation, just starts reciting, "Only in darkness are we revealed. Goodness is not goodness that seeks advantage. Good is good in the final hour, in the deepest pit, without hope, without witness, without reward. Virtue is only virtue in extremis." At which point he closes River's diary.
Yes.
And it's Nardal disguised, and he just looks at the doctor and says, "Your missus wouldn't approve. Like, executing Missy is wrong.
Yeah.
You have to figure it out." And, the doctor's like, "What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Give me some options here." "Well, figure it out." So it's like Nardal knows just how to hit right below the belt, and also informs the doctor that he is under orders that he has permission to kick the doctor's ass.
Yeah.
From Dr. Song, so bring it. Like, who are you being Billy Badass all of a sudden, Nardal? I mean, what's going on here?
I do like the fact that Nardal's just like, yeah, I've been told to take over River's position in your life, kind of. I'm not going to do those things.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do them.
And after that, we flip back to the present day, back to the Vatican City, where the doctor is being led to a sealed library. Because, of course, there's always a sealed library, and it's always a maze.
Oh, of course.
That is, please stay close to me, because the library is very deceiving to those who are not initiated. Like, of course it's always a maze. Why can't it ever be straightforward?
It's never going to be
The
straightforward.
Dewey Decimal System has worked fine up to this point. Of course, the entire library is heretical texts. It's the Library of Blasphemy. That, of course, is behind the painting of Pope Benedict IX.
Yes.
It's like, no, clever. We're going to hide the blasphemy with the blasphemy, and we're just going to blaspheme all over. All right,
Yeah.
Right on. Moving along. The church has a sense of humor.
Someone did.
Someone did. And, of course, the library is massive, and they have to get led to the center of the maze because, of course, the truth lies in the heart of heresy, and death lies in the heart of truth. We're getting really poetic with the church. It's at this point where Bill kind of takes notice of the shades. He's like, isn't it dark enough in here? And the doctor continues River's quote, "In the darkness we are revealed." It's like, yeah, he's evading again and just being cryptic.
Of course.
But, again, he's quoting River, so she's obviously still very much on his mind and in the whole equation of things. And we flip back to the execution planet. The execution must continue. Come on, people, enough with the priest. Let's go. At this point, Missy legitimately begs for her life.
Yes.
I'm your friend, and I'm sorry. And the doctor is just very sad, and like, it doesn't matter. And at which point
this isn't my choice.
He quotes Rivers' lines about goodness, without hope, without witness, without reward. And then we go back to the library.
They are really stretching. They're stretching out the Missy story.
Yeah. So we flip. We're within viewing distance of the cage where the Veritas is held, and a beam of light appears around the corner, which the doctor can't see, and everybody else is like, "Well, don't.
What is
what
this?
Is that, Nardal?" "Oh, yes, it's a strange beam of light about 10 feet away of us from around the corner." Again, it has to explain everything.
I do like the fact that he straight up like narrates everything in just like the most flat, sarcastic tone about it, though.
In deadpan, like, "Oh yeah, I'm not doing this. This isn't awkward." The Cardinal dips around the corner, investigates first because, of course.
Well, yeah.
That's what you do. Hey, something dangerous that shouldn't be there. Let's go investigate. Like, no, let the experts go first.
Yes, but in this instant, who are the experts?
Still the doctor.
Okay.
Pretty much in all instances, the doctor is going to be the expert. I mean, what are you talking about, man?
Most of the time, I like to send people that, you're kind of expendable. Go on.
Yes, we all need red shirts. But the Cardinal dips around the corner, and what is revealed to what looks like a portal of some kind. A bright light shining through. There's a figure on the other side, looking sort of monkish, bald head, kind of robes, but you can't see him real distinctly. And by the time everybody else dips around the corner to see what's going on, it shrinks and disappears into nothing.
Yes.
And the Cardinal's baffled, like, well, what's down that hallway? There is no hallway. It's a wall. It's a dead end. There's nothing there. So the Cardinal's padding around and looking at the wall. And, of course, he's looking at the wall. Everybody else is like, yeah, book we came for. We're going to go check that out.
Yeah.
Cardinal stays there. Always a bad mistake. Because as he's investigating the wall, they go after the book. There is a priest in the cage. He's broken in. He's got a gun. He's got a laptop. And all he says is, I'm sorry. I sent it. Doctors, you sent what? Where? What are you talking about? And dude runs away, escapes down the hallway, and runs off. And at this point, the Cardinal is snatched by a hand that comes out through the portal that reopens, and he just disappears. We assume he's snatched, dead, something. He is not to be seen again.
Yeah, he's not part of it anymore.
And they realize that he's gone, so they investigate the book, and the reading chair has straps on it.
Yes.
Like, what kind of book do you have to read that you have to be strapped down for? Is this Catholic S&M? What's going on here?
What's going on with this fetish?
Right. And of course the doctor has to figure out how he's going to read it and still not let Bill know that he can't read it.
Yes.
So he tries to get her and Nardole to go off looking for the guy, and as he recommends, the priest that's run away, and as he recommends it, there's a gunshot.
Oh, yes.
So the translator has killed himself. Yet another person who has read the Veritas. Bang. Done.
Just can't live.
So the doctor tells him, well, you guys should go and check on him, see if he's all right. Now he can see there's no heart rate going on over there. So he knows he's dead. And Narl's like, pretty sure he's not. Well, you don't know that at all. Go find out. You're sending us into the dark after a guy who has a gun. Are you trying to get rid of us? Oh, no. Why? Why would you say that? No. So, well, he has a gun. Oh, I've thought of that. Nardole, walk in front of Bill.
Dude, I like that.
What? You heard me. Go on. Off with you. And sends them off. At which point he pulls out his reading assistant and starts pulling wires and electrodes out and attaching them to his temples.
Yeah.
And as he's doing that, we flip back. Bill and Nardole walking down the hallway. And Bill walking next to him. He's like, no, you need to walk behind me. Bugger that. I'm not going to do that. I'll walk wherever I want. No, the doctor said to walk behind me. You're going to walk behind me. And what if I don't? You are talking to the one person in the universe who has authorization to kick his ass. Do you think I'm going to stop and blink at another human? You're just kind of a secret badass, aren't you? Nothing secret about it, baby. And then he immediately squeals because he sees the dead body. Yes. And it's just this brilliant setup. Like, yeah, I'm a badass. Like, oh, all right, there's Nardole. There he is. There he is. So, go back to the doctor. And the electrodes he's sticking to his head, apparently he's trying to borrow sight from his future self, for which he will pay a price.
Yes.
What that price is, he doesn't know. Maybe a future incarnation of himself will be blind. Maybe he'll just be blind for a little while. He has no idea, but he's got to read this now.
Right.
So he's willing to pay the price, and he turns it on, and it looks like, well, like any other time you would put electrodes to your head and zap yourself. It didn't look like it felt real good.
No, not at all. That looked like it hurt.
And of course the after effects are not immediate, so his eyesight comes back a little bit, but it's kind of blurry. At which point we flip back to Nardole and Bill, who see that another portal has opened. Big bright light. It'd be a bad idea to go there, wouldn't it? Yes, of course it will. So of course they go right through the friggin'
go right
light.
to it.
And they get in, and there's
2 seconds though. Could you turn mic 1 up and turn mic 2 down? Up on the console. Perfect.
better.
Yes.
All right. Technical difficulties.
Sorry, I was way too loud.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Fudge.
That you don't have to beat yourself up about it, man.
That
It's
actually
all right.
kind of hurt. All right.
So, they of course head towards the portal, and they find as they walk through that there are several more portals in kind of a circle,
Yeah.
which seem to be the circle itself seems to be projecting the portals onto the walls. So they walk through one, and they come out in the Pentagon.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
So of course they don't know where they are. Like, do you have security clearance to be on level 3? Level 3 of what? The Pentagon. Like,
Oh.
excuse us, and right back through the portal and disappear.
Yes.
We go back to the doctor, whose sight is recovering a little bit. He sees a robed
Something.
figure and assumes it is the Cardinal, who has since been snatched, coming towards him, and is just talking to him like, yes, I know, this is the price I'm going to have to pay, but it's working better. I need to, would you strap me down here? Would you do that for me so I can read this?
Yeah.
And after he's completely strapped down, his eyesight gets better to the point where, yes, the robed figures look more like corpses or
Yeah.
mummies, and they have taken the book.
Like, oh, no, I
Dude.
need that, dude.
Right.
Come on.
And we flip back to the execution planet,
Back to the execution.
where, again, Missy is on her knees begging for her life. But I'm your friend. The doctor replies, it makes no difference. I have to do this. Missy, I know, but in the end, without hope, without witness, without reward, I have to say it. I am your friend. And the doctor smiles and nods and throws the lever.
Yes.
Missy is zapped by 4 points of lightning, basically, from the pillars, and seems to drop dead, at which point the doctor takes an oath to guard the body for 1,000 years. And we're back to Bill and Nardole.
It's like, damn, they killed Missy.
Who has, it's just like, and no time for relief, we gotta move. Flips back, Nardole and Bill have picked a new portal and are walking through it, and turns out they're at CERN,
Yeah.
who is the people that the priest has emailed the Veritas to. For those who don't know, CERN is a large particle smasher.
It's
a
a
very large scientific research facility.
Yes.
They work with particle physics and quantum physics, and it's probably a think tank of the smartest people the planet can provide.
pretty much.
And this is why they want to investigate, because, all right, priests and particle physicists, what could possibly scare both of them this much?
Right.
Because the priest replied back in the email, pray for us. All right, what's freaking them out? So Bill and Nardole go to investigate, and they encounter a very jovial man coming out of the bathroom with a bottle of champagne in his hands, like, oh, hey, welcome. We're almost ready to go. Come on with us. We'll all go together. They're like, we'll all go together where? What are you talking about?
What's going on?
What's going on here?
Ha 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 ha. All right. Just keep smiling.
At which point we jump back. The doctor basically uses a sonic screwdriver to trick the aliens by killing the lights, because, oh, okay, you guys are the enemy, but guess what? I have the advantage. I'm used to being blind at this point. So
Yeah.
he gets out of the straps he's in and runs down the hallway. He's like, oh, okay, the lights are out. He's going to grab the book and he's going to take off. But the lights come back on. The mummy creatures still have the book in their hand. Because the doctor's smart. He grabbed the laptop in the translation and ran with the laptop.
He's like, I don't need the original. I just need the translation.
So now he just needs to find a spot where he can read this as quickly as he can before his eyesight goes, because again, his eyesight is temporary.
Yes.
As he runs away, we flip back to the CERN scientists who are having a doomsday party. They've got a clock that says they're basically counting down 5 minutes left. And there are explosives strapped to every table in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, They want to go out with a bang. Haha.
Okay.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah, why is CERN blowing itself up?
Right. These should be rational people. Why are they now in a suicide pact? Because they've read the Veritas.
Yeah.
What is with this book?
What is the Veritas?
Flip back. Doctor's still trying to read it, and all he can see is the title and the beginning paragraph. All it says is a test of shadows. His eyesight is going. The aliens show up. Chase scene ensues. We're back to CERN. And, why are you doing this? Why in the world would you do this? Because the world is not the world. What are you talking about? Turns out the portals are projectors. Because Bill and Nardal run. Because they're not stopping the bomb. CERN's blowing itself up. So they run back to the portal and run through it. They figure out that the center, there actually are projections. It's holographic worlds. It's like a very posh holodeck from Star Trek.
It's a video game.
Yeah, it's literally a video game. And oh god, what happens if we go beyond the projection range? If we go into the center of the circle where it's dark, and Nardal tests it and puts his hand in and immediately de-reses Tron style.
Yeah.
He's part of the program. Bill realizes she's probably part of the program as well, and is having trouble coming to grips with that. We get back to the Doctor. And he is still trying to evade the aliens. But as he finds his way into an office and kind of bunkers down, where he's able to listen to the Veritas. Because the laptop he has a program that will read it to you. At which point, Bill finds him there. And the Doctor is just kind of given up. He's like, we're part of a simulation. We're in a video game. We're not real.
I like how how there's the reason for it, for figuring out if you're in the simulation. Just pseudo random numbers, which everyone would always say the exact same random number.
Right. This is the same things that the people at CERN trying to convince Bill and Nardal.
Yeah.
The world is not the world. It's not right, and just any number you pick,
it's going to be the
same. Pick the exact same number.
Yeah.
Because computers are not good with really randomizing things. No matter how random it is, it's really not random.
No.
And the Doctor is taking this test as well because it's in the Veritas. This is what's causing everybody to freak out, because they realize that the world is an illusion. They're not real. So I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm out. I'm escaping.
Yep.
And as the Doctor is trying to explain this to Bill, Bill starts to de-res. And her last words are, help me, save me. And she's gone.
Yeah.
And the Doctor's like, I don't have to save you, basically, because one of the robed monks is now behind him, and the Doctor's like, so you're the enemy. What's the point of this? You're trying to figure out what? All of human history, all the possible ways that this could go so that you can invade and conquer? Yeah, pretty much. Yep, that's their agenda. It is a giant computer simulation where they have amassed this insane amount of data about human history, every facet of human history, culture, down to like individuals.
Yeah.
To play this what if game, to try and find the weakness or the time when exactly they should come to Earth to conquer it.
Yeah, it is kind of cool that somebody's basically playing a video game of trying to conquer Earth, and they went, oh, we figured out when. But thanks for trying.
Yeah. And at which point, the Doctor says, well, I'm part of the simulation. I have nothing to lose. So, and, you're not real. What could you do? You don't have to be real to be the Doctor. You just have to never give up. At which point the Doctor reveals that the silly Sonic sunglasses
They are
actually
silly.
have a purpose, a true and honest function.
Exactly.
And thank goodness, because he's been recording everything. He's psychically linked to it. So he emails himself. Which brings us back to the beginning of the episode where the doctor is warning himself from inside. A simulated doctor is warning the real doctor
Yep.
about these aliens coming to conquer, and it's coming soon. And the doctor is freaked. Again, he keeps calm, but he calls Bill and basically says, yeah, that girl you were on a date with, yeah, call her tonight.
Yeah. Now, do it.
Something big and bad is coming, and we're going to be very busy. Do it and don't wait. Do it now. And then goes to the vault and basically talks through the door and says, hey, I may need your help.
Yeah.
Something is coming, and I may need your help. And it ends. And we're on to Pyramid at the End of the World, Episode 7. Now, we're back in Turkmenistan. Again,
sorry.
Or Turkmenistan, I'm sorry. It's the fictional Middle Eastern country, Asiatic country. We're not real sure where exactly it's supposed to be located, but this country shows up a lot in Doctor Who, I'm finding. It's like anytime they need some fake country in the middle of some war-torn area, it's this poor Turkmenistan.
There it is.
Yeah, it's just ready to go. But it opens with Bill on a date with Penny again, trying to have a nice cup of tea, and Bill's telling her about this dream she had about, being in a computer simulation, and Penny was there,
Yes.
and the Pope showed up, and it was really weird, and God, things like that just don't happen in real life, at which point a bunch of UN soldiers bust in, literally bust in, and just, clear the room and make sure everything's okay, and then the Secretary General of the UN comes walking in. And Penny's just like, is it okay if I go? Are you kidding me? And Bill is just gobsmacked, again?
I had a dream about that. And then it...
And the Secretary General is there because he needs to talk to the President. Bill's like, I don't know the President. How could I possibly know the President? No, the President of the world. He needs to talk to the Doctor.
Yes.
Who, in times of crisis, as we all know, is given powers as President of the world. So whatever big has been coming is now here.
Yeah, and it's big enough that it's popped up a lot of radars already.
Right. And the opening credits, we flash to the TARDIS. The Doctor is playing his guitar, kind of ruminating to himself about how the end of the world and death for all of us is just, it's no one giant momentous thing all at once. It is 1,000 billion tiny moments that all add up very slowly. Little insubstantial things that end up being huge later down the road, but we don't think about it right at the time.
Right.
The Doctor is still blind. We're still dealing with the blind Doctor.
Yeah.
And as he's ruminating on the billions of tiny moments, it flips to a pair of chemists heading into work. One of them is very, very hungover. The other, unfortunately, has her glasses broken in a bag. Unfortunate thing. Okay, pay attention to the tiny little moments. These things are going to be
much bigger later on.
Much bigger later on. And then it flips to the Doctor basically being told, there's a 5,000-year-old pyramid that just kind of appeared in the middle of one of the most disputed hotspots on the entire globe.
Yep.
Right now, it's ringed by the American and NATO-backed forces, the Russian army and the Chinese army, and they're just kind of standing down. Well, okay, what's the problem with the pyramid? It just showed up.
Yeah. No, it literally just showed up.
Right, so... And there's no guards, really. It's just sitting there.
It's there.
And the Doctor's like, oh, yeah, God, it's sending a message just being out here surrounded by the 3 largest armies on the globe. It's definitely sending a message. Well, what's the message? Bring it.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Here we go. So, of course, he goes traipsing off right towards it. And as it opens up, well, he gets near it, Nardal telling him, where he is in relationship to the pyramid and anything that's going on while talking into his coat button.
Yeah.
Like, worst transmitter ever, dude. Seriously. Did you just talk into your sleeve or something?
He's not doing a very good job of hiding it.
No, not at all. And Bill's catching on to this, like, what are you doing? Oh, just, giving him reports. Giving him updates. But as he gets to the pyramid, it opens up, and it's the robe monks that we encountered from the last episode.
Yeah.
They have come to invade,
They
apparently.
figured out the perfect time when they will be successful.
Right, and the doctor says, well, so, you know me then, you know there's a line in the sand. You want to keep me on this side. And they're like, oh, no, we will have this planet, but only when you ask us to.
Yes.
And you will ask us to. Okay, that's creepy.
I know.
It's like, so what? Then what are you here? Why do you need permission? We're not going to ask you to do this. What are you, nuts?
You will.
At which point, everybody's phone on the planet, all the clocks in the planet, turn to 11:57 p.m., which is a reference to the Doomsday Clock.
Yes.
Basically, the closer to midnight it becomes, midnight being total global obliteration. Some sort of climactic event that will destroy humanity.
Yeah, in one form or another.
Right. Some sort of circumstance.
Reducing us all to mutants.
Yeah, pretty much. Or destroying all life on the planet.
It's going to be a Cronenberg planet. That's still, like, I've seen a couple of Cronenberg movies, and that just, that's disgusting.
Right.
Yes.
We flip back to the chemists. Obviously, at this point, we're like, okay, we know these two are going to, it's the stand situation.
They're going to do
here.
something.
Something's going to happen here that they're going to destroy the planet. Something's going to get out. And the one with the hangover is the one who's apparently mixing today's compound.
Yep.
Which is awesome because the other one doesn't have her reading glasses.
So she really can't see.
She can't really see. And yes, it will be glasses and hangover from here on out. When to Hangover's like, yeah, sure, I can mix it, not a problem. Well, he misplaces a decimal point.
Yeah.
And
not in the lower range.
Not in the lower range. Like, a couple of places to the right.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like, what, 50, and it became like 5,000?
Something like that, yeah. Working with a controlled bacteria.
Yeah.
Basically, and apparently working with some sort of botany experiment, which it's always good to introduce bacteria to your plants, right?
Of course.
This never goes wrong.
You really want them to mutate.
Right. And while the experiment...
And get a good taste for flesh.
Right. The experiment that the plants are in, it's a very controlled zone. The other scientist in glasses is in a hazmat suit when she enters. And so it's like, okay, they don't want to have any contact with whatever they're mixing with.
Right.
At which point we flip back to the TARDIS where all of the military leaders, he just kind of scoops up all the military leaders in the TARDIS, lands on them, and then bounces away again. To get them all in the same room. So there's the general of the Russian, the Chinese, and the UN Secretary General and the American general all in the same room, basically to talk and go, okay, so World War III, we're all pretty much against it, right?
Yes.
And the doctor says, all the soldiers agree, like, yes, I will not attack you.
Oh, yeah.
We're the ones who are here. Are we brave enough to disobey orders and not start this to save lives? And they're all very noble. And yes, I will not attack you.
I thought that was really cool.
Right. And
like, immediately, everyone was just like, yeah, I don't have enough of an ego to think that us attacking each other would be a good idea.
Is worth it, yeah. So instead, since they're all together, the doctor actually advises showing force against the pyramid and says, attack it, coordinate your attacks, hit it. And Bill's like, wait, what? Nardal's like, wait, what?
Yeah. It's like,
who are you all of a sudden? He's like, yeah,
where did you go, psycho boy?
Maybe if we show them that we're not going to ask them to go anyway, we don't need their help, this will work. And okay, at which point every clock turns to 11:58. Doomsday is getting closer. So they try to coordinate attacks. And as the American have their bombers in the air, a beam of light comes out of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Giant's beam of light is never a good thing when dealing with aliens.
Nope.
But beam of light hits the plane, the bomber that's en route basically freezes it in place, at which point the crew is teleported out of the plane.
Yep.
The monks are teleported into the plane. And the beam just very gently sets the bomber on the ground. And the monks come out and walk back to the pyramid, and the soldiers come out of the pyramid and start walking back in like, what just happened?
They're like, wait.
Look,
We got let go, guys.
yeah,
I don't get this.
They're not, yeah, we don't understand. What kind of invasion is this? What's going on here? And the Russians are like, well, we attacked too, but we're going to fire a missile out of a Clank submarine. And they set the submarine right down
and
next to the bomber. The Chinese are like, we got nothing.
We hadn't even thought about doing something yet.
So they're not, like, the monks are clearly not worried whatsoever about anything humanity can throw at them.
Yeah.
It's just not a point. We don't have to use force. It's not going to work. We flip back to the chemists. They have released the bacteria onto the plants. That's all we really need to know at that point, and it flips back to the doctor.
Damn it!
You know, at which point they're discussing, like, okay, maybe we should go talk to the aliens, see what they have to say. At which point they tell the monks, say, yeah, come on in. Have a talk. We're ready to talk now.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, humanity, it's about to end. We've been using the simulation behind us, Doctor knows about it, to predict the future and try and prevent humanity's greatest disaster. It's very, very much in reference to the fates in Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Pulling the strings of, fate and deciding where to cut it and where to not, and deciding what's going to happen. So it's a nice little nod to the mythology nerds out there like me who caught it immediately. But they say they can save humanity, but they must be asked to do so.
Yes, that is the only way that they'll be able to do it.
And if they are asked and they promise to protect Earth forever, the doctor is immediately against it, saying, like, but at what price?
Yeah.
What's the cost? Why can't you just help us? Again, back to the good is good without witness, without hope, without reward. Why can't you just do the good thing?
No.
Like, you're welcome to stay, just help us, but we're not going to give you our freedom because of fear.
And those monks are just like, yeah, you're going to do it anyway.
And, it's kind of like the vampire, don't invite them into your house. But again, they say, no, you will ask us, and it must be done out of love. You must consent. If your consent is impure, it will kill you. You cannot ask us out of fear.
Yeah.
Which, of course, the UN secretary is like, I consent, save us. But, is your consent pure? Yes, of course it is. I have power. I fit the sin. I consent. And nope.
Disintegrated.
Your consent is out of fear, not love. And he turns into dust and disintegrates.
Yeah.
Fear is temporary, but love is slavery, is the doctor's rebuttal. That's why it has to be love, because then they'll do anything for you. The doctor, of course, takes charge. Like, no, I'm president of the world. We do not consent, ever. Just bugger off. Flips back to the chemists. Hangover is in the control area with glasses and takes his hazmat helmet off. Like, what are you doing? Oh, I thought I was going to, puke into my helmet. Oh, I've done that once. It was nasty. First of all, jeez. If you're that hungover, stay home from work.
Yeah.
Would you please? Which, of course, let's remove our hazmat helmet in a clean room.
Right.
With a bunch of bacteria running around.
Of course.
This is a good idea.
It's a smart move.
As he's trying not to retch into his helmet, they see that the plants that they're testing immediately turn to this goo, gray sludge. Everything is just broken down.
Wiped right out.
Glasses, the smarter of the two, goes, we need to seal the lab right now, and busts over to start the lockdown procedures.
Yep.
Hangover, still being the brilliant one of the two of them, decides to get a sample of the goo so they can check it out and test it. And he hasn't put his hazmat helmet back on.
Yeah, I know.
How long have you worked in this clean room, dude? I mean, you kind of deserve what's about to happen to you. But flips back to the TARDIS, where the Doctor is figuring out, why would you do this? Show of force doesn't matter. Why would they come here? The pyramid is in the biggest hotspot on the planet. I think it's here simply because you three are here. It's a distraction. What else is going on in the planet? Because by this point, we're now down to 11:59.
Yeah.
So it's 1 minute away from total obliteration. And after some brainstorming, they figure out, okay, well, what's the biggest threat? What could possibly happen? Biochemical. Okay, let's start searching there. Well, how can we do that? And the Doctor touches a bunch of consoles. And
Yeah.
like, I've just released all the classified files on the planet to the internet. Get to Googling. Like, you can't just shut up and Google.
Do it.
So everybody in the room starts blasting through it, but there's just so many they can't figure out what exactly they're looking for. Flips back to the chemist, desperately trying to seal the lab. Yeah, just basically a panic scene. Flips back to the TARDIS. Yes, it's definitely, they figured out it's a biochemical. Now they're working on a plague theory. What could possibly cause this widespread devastation this fast? Okay, maybe it's bacteria. We like that. And how can we figure out which one they're looking for? Oh, wait. The aliens obviously know what's going to cause this. So they're using the cameras in the labs to watch what's going on.
Right.
So we've got to blind the aliens. So basically, the Doctor goes back to the TARDIS and through
TARDIS magic?
Doctory stuff, kills like all of the cameras, all of the internet, everywhere, except for, of course, what his team is using to research everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, great, that blinds them, but now what? Well, now we just have to see which one they turn back on. Aha! Brilliant! Yes! Which, of course, that's exactly what the aliens do.
Boom,
and they
that's
figure
the
out
first
where
one.
it is. Bang, TARDIS off to that lab. At which point, Hangover has finally gotten his just rewards because he, of course, starts coughing and
turns
drops
into
dead and immediately disintegrates into nasty gray goo.
Pile of goo.
Luckily, Glasses, again being the truly bright one, has not removed her helmet. She is still in her hazmat suit, so she's good.
Right.
But the Doctor and Nardole showed up. The Doctor is not affected because he's not human. Again,
okay.
Just explained, go with it.
Yep. He is organic, though.
He is organic, but apparently the bacteria only like Earth.
Okay.
Biological material. We'll
All
go
right.
with that. But it does kind of like Nardole a little bit because he is sort of still part human, even if it's only like 2%. Shoulders up.
Yeah.
So the Doctor sends Nardole into the TARDIS, like you can still be affected a little bit, but you should be all right. Just get in there and seal it off. You, Glasses, come with me. We're going to blow this place up because we've got 20 minutes and the system is going to vent all of the bacteria into the air. Which, how is that a friggin' safety thing?
Yeah, I
the
don't
room
get that.
into the air. It's maybe a little bit of bad writing there. But either way, the Doctor being the Doctor is like, yeah, I have this childish need to blow it up. So we're going to blow it up. Let's go. Like, what are we going to use for fuel? Well, the bacteria is making ethanol.
Yeah, I know.
So really all we need is a spark. Like, okay. Makes a bomb, MacGyver style, out of stuff they have in the lab. It is a lab. I'm sure there's lots of potentially explosive stuff sitting around there. So
probably
the Doctor would just grab whatever.
A couple of bottles of oxygen.
Yeah. Doctor goes and sets the bomb, tells Glasses, get out of here. She gets into another room. The lockdown procedures begin, locking the Doctor in, but hey, no problem. There's a combination lock on that side. You just have to set the tumblers. Crap. Doctor is still blind. He can't see the tumblers. And the sonic screwdriver can tell him what the combination is, but he still has to physically set it.
Yep.
Yeah. At this point, the military leaders back in the pyramid have all decided, like, fuck this. We're going to consent.
Yep.
Because I'm going to go down, live to fight another day, but we don't have very many days left at this point, so we're all going to consent. all the military leaders are disintegrated because they are consenting out of strategy. Strategy is not love.
I know.
Bill gets the call about what's going on with the doctor, and much like Glasses, they're both like, well, you just set the tumbler. I need you here.
Yeah.
You need to get your butt here to deal with this. Like, I can't. Why can't you? Because I'm blind. Bill chews him out for being blind.
Yeah, for
can
not
we
telling
fix
her.
this? And, well, you can't. You, Glasses, get in the TARDIS and get out of here. Which, luckily, the TARDIS is indestructible because at this point, Nardole is passed out.
Yes.
Due to the bacteria, it's gotten to him. He hasn't disintegrated, but he's not in a good way. So there's nobody to come help the doctor. Nothing can be done. He's just going to sacrifice himself, and this is how it is. This is how I go out. Hey, I'm a Time Lord. You know, death is like the man cold to us.
Yes, exactly.
Bill's not having it, though. And in order to save the doctor, to give him his eyesight, she consents to the monks in order to save the doctor.
Yep.
The monks somehow fix the doctor's eyes. Again, no real explanation as to how that one was pulled off, but...
Magic.
Yeah, genie in a bottle. And Bill has released the genie, so the planet is now the monks.
Yep.
And they basically tell the doctor, we told you the planet would be ours, and we would be asked to do it out of love. Son of a...
Oh, it's just...
So enjoy your eyesight watching the world that we create. Which takes us directly into episode 8, the lie, L-I-E, of the land. And it opens up with the doctor doing a broadcast. It's very much like, you can tell it's propaganda, but the weird thing is it's propaganda in favor of the monks. It's like, yes, it's revisionist history. The monks have been here for all of humanity. They have guided us since our very beginning points, and it like shows a mud skipper.
Yeah, I know. And a monk standing next to it.
And a monk's foot right next to it. Like, they've been here since we were amphibians. And just all throughout history. And they were there when we landed on the moon, and when we harnessed electricity for the first time. They're our proud parents, and we owe everything to the monks for being so benevolent and only asking our obedience. Like, okay, fascism much?
Just a little?
Like, yeah, very, 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 like, Nazi-esque kind of 1940s German propaganda going on here. And it's the doctor, so immediately you're like, oh, please tell me this is a ruse of some kind. There's got to be something going on. But you can see that we were taken to a family who is watching this broadcast on their TV, and a SWAT team busts in wearing the monks' colors, basically, the black and orange uniforms. And the family is being drug out and arrested for having propaganda against the history that the monks are broadcasting, and this is punishable immediately for 10 years in the labor camps. And it's kind of a Judge Dredd kind of squad where the commander is judge, jury, and executioner, literally. Like, nope, I sentence you now. Bye, off with you. And again, kind of very Fahrenheit 451 kind of thing going on. Like, we're just gonna bust in, snatch you up, burn your stuff, and everybody will pay attention to it. And it shows Bill watching this.
I know.
Looks like she's getting memory glitches where she'll see a statue of the monk and it says the truth. But she keeps trying, like, having to force herself to remember the doctor and that the monks have only been here for 6 months.
Yeah.
Why is everybody else accepting the fact that, this is just how it's been?
It's always been this way.
Yeah. I'm like, no, they've only been here for 6 months.
Yeah.
This has never happened. This isn't right. And it pans back from Bill, and there are these giant statues of the monks everywhere. It is clearly an oligarchical planet where the monks are in charge.
Very much in charge. Yeah.
And flip to opening credits. Come back, and Bill is sitting in her kitchen talking to her mother.
Yeah.
Sitting across the table from her, like, okay, how exactly revisionist is this?
Yeah, did they actually change
time and
change something?
Everything? Or what is going on?
And Bill only remembers that it's been 6 months because she's the one who asked?
Right, because she's the fulcrum. She was the linchpin to everything going down, because she was the member of humanity, representative of humanity, who consented,
right,
and effectively opened Pandora's box. But she hasn't seen Bill. She hasn't seen Nardole. She knows nothing. The only thing she's seen of the Doctor are these propaganda broadcasts that he keeps putting up that are all very much in favor of the monks.
Yes.
So, and at her lowest, while she's having the conversation with her mother, Nardole shows up. Like, oh, hey, hi. Oh my God, where have you been? Well, I was laid up with that bacteria thing for like 6 weeks. Give me a break. Whatever.
It's been 6 months.
Yeah. Well, what have you been doing for the rest of the time? Well, I've been looking for the Doctor. And have you found him? Yes, I did. You know, he's always just so chipper and upbeat, like, look at what I did. Me. Yeah.
Was a little happy about it.
And she's telling Nardole that, you know, her memory has been affected, and she has to remind herself daily about the Doctor and what they did, and you know, why is it like this? Why would they do this? Well, the monks are clearly broadcasting something that's affecting the global memory.
Yes.
Basically transmitting what they want humanity to know. And well, why would they bother and take the time? Well, it's 90% of the work already done. No matter how bad the situation, if people think that's the way it's been, they'll put up with it. Like,
yeah.
Damn, Nardole, hitting a little close to home about how just like sheepish humanity can be. Like, it sucks, but we're here, and then we'll just kind of have to deal with it.
Yes. Yeah, it does kind of suck that we as a species have that.
Yeah, again, Doctor Who just kind of taking a little poke.
It's like, hey,
at humanity in general. It's like, you suck, but you have potential. But right now, you still kind of suck. Nardole and Bill, of course, immediately like, oh, well, he's found the Doctor. He's on a prison boat, something they would call a hulk. And when you see it, it's appropriate. It's like a 6-story boat.
Yeah.
Giant friggin' thing out in the middle of the ocean. But we're going to sneak in. Right.
Yeah, okay.
So these two are going to super spy their way in, but they get a contact with one of the guys who brings supplies out to it, so they're going to sneak in with the loading ship. And they're almost busted because they have random paper inspections, and they really don't have papers.
Nope, not at all.
And they only get off lucky because as Bill is getting asked for her papers, one of the monks shows up and lands and just kind of face grills everybody, looks right at her, and just kind of moves on.
Yeah.
And so after everybody unclenches their buttholes, they just like, get back to work, and
okay,
and off they go.
Everyone runs away.
They manage to sneak away, and they find the Doctor, and he's in a rather well kept kind of room. He doesn't seem like a jail cell, like he's being mistreated or anything. So, oh crap, is he really working with them? Busts through the door, and oh, Doctor, we're here. Let's go. Smile. Yeah, 1 second. Guards! And he calls in guards.
Yeah.
Who immediately take Nardole and Bill hostage. And they're like, are you serious? You're working with them? I had to.
Yeah.
I had to do it. You know, yeah, the monks kind of mucked about in history. I'm not a big fan about that, but I've tried with you people. They bring peace. They bring order. They bring stability.
It was... Once again, another kind of low blow on that one.
Yeah, and again, it's like,
oh, thanks.
What's wrong with the Doctor? This can't be you. And Bill basically tells him that. And like, this isn't you. This has got to be a trick. It's got to be a plan.
Yeah.
What happened to free will? And that, they're like, didn't work.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You
had your shot.
These guys are in charge now.
Yeah, this is how it is. And Bill tries to send him a code. And like, what was it? That time we found the creature under the, in the Seine in Paris. And it's like, yep, that. Now I have to call the monks. That was a trick. It was in the Thames in London was where we found the beast under the river.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. See, had I gone along with that, guess we got to do it. And Bill is just so broken about this. She can't believe that the Doctor has turned on humanity.
I know.
And at that point, it's like, you mother, and she grabs one of the guards' guns and draws down on the Doctor.
I know.
Like
that was surprising.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I fought for you. I caused this to save you so you could save us.
Mm-hmm.
You're completely going back on everything you've taught me to this point. I can't believe you, son of a blam, and she shoots him.
Yeah.
And he drops and the regeneration begins, and then he just starts laughing. He's like, oh, no, we got you. We totally punked you. Check that out.
By the way,
It's
all
right.
these guys, part of the group. We're good
they're
here.
on my crew. She really meant it, too. You would have really shot me. Wow. All right. But that's why everybody, switched their guns out and their ammo out to blanks. And Bob, you forgot to do. Well, that would have messed up the plan, wouldn't it, Bob? One of the guards is looking real sheepish. Like,
I know.
I forgot to do that.
I do like, as it's saying, like, you pan over to him, and he's just like at that moment going, oh, I forgot to do that this morning.
Hanging his head. I know I forgot something. But this has all just been an elaborate ruse that even Nardal has been on to test Bill to see how deeply indoctrinated she actually is, because everybody on the ship, everybody they've seen thus far, including the dude who was wearing the monk costume, which was pretty convincing.
Yeah.
It was all part of the crew that has been unbrainwashed, basically, by the Doctor. He's been going at this for the last 6 months.
So a little Easter egg here for you. One of the first times that we meet the Master, he's in a prison controlled by, overseen by, I believe it's, oh, crap. It's Kate's organization. Unit. Overseen by Unit. And when the Doctor first comes in, he's just like, all right, everything's under control. That's really awesome. And then it's revealed that the Master has basically brainwashed everybody in there to work for him. He can come and go when he wants to.
Right. He's just created a fortified layer for himself.
So this is the Doctor using that same method to basically get out of jail. He's like, yeah, I mean, I've been really comfortable here, and it's kind of a base of operations now, so why would I leave?
Right. Plus, we're mobile. They can't pin us down because we're on the boat. So we just keep, and all of the broadcasts are to lull the monks into believing I'm on their side. They should kind of trust me. But you know what? We can't wait for that anymore. You know what we really need? We need the one person on this planet who's as smart as I am. And they're off to get Missy.
Yep.
So Doctor and crew head off to. Of course, they could have snuck back in, but the Doctor, being the Doctor, pretty much just rams this giant ship into the docks, takes out a big shipping installation in the process, because whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
And go to sneak onto the university because the vault is still there.
Yes.
The monks know the vault is there, so sort of Mission Impossible crossed with Animal House sneaking scene ensues, because again, Nardal, bless him, not exactly stealthy.
No, not at all.
And the Doctor, not exactly subtle.
No.
But they sneak onto the campus and get into the vault and start asking Missy, have you dealt with them before? Like, oh yes. And did you beat them? Of course. Well, how did you beat them? Oh, come on now. Think it through, darling. And she basically starts playing a hot and cold game with theories.
Yes.
Of, what the Doctor bouncing ideas off her. And she's playing with him a little. Where he finally theorizes that, okay, the statues are the transmitters broadcasting this out. So what we really need to do is find the main broadcast center, and we'll beam out the truth of what's going on. I'll tap my brain into it and broadcast real human history.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a cool little nod to They Live.
Yes.
Which, if you know that movie, then think about that for a second.
It's a really good movie.
It's a really good movie, and you should check it out.
It has an amazing fight scene in it.
It does have Roddy Piper and Keith David. He's real slobber knocker of a throwdown.
It's a 10-minute fight between two people.
Right.
Oh.
But
yes,
back to the plan after Missy basically tells them, okay, well, yeah, you can do that, but you'll still have to break the link. You just have to find out who let the aliens in the first place and use them to break the link. Like,
and
okay, what if we've already done that? Oh, just kill them.
Yes.
what?
It's the easiest way.
It's the easiest way. You could, somehow break the link other ways, but then it'll take absolute ages for the indoctrination to get wiped away. But yeah, just kill them.
Just sever the link.
Just sever the link. And then it's like, well, we can't. I'm the link. Oh, so sorry for you, darling.
Yeah.
Missy being the true chaotic neutral, just like, oh, well, that sucks.
Oh, it's you. All right, well, that sucks for you. I mean, it's still the best plan. We're going to kill you, and that's the easiest way to get this done. Sorry.
And the doctor's not having it, so they come up with a plan with the rest of the soldiers to listen to a recording over their head, over headphones.
Yes.
So that they can storm the pyramid, because they figured out there's a lot fewer of the monks than they project as them having. Like, there's hundreds of them, but no, there's really probably only a handful of them.
Yeah, there's like 12.
So
and a half.
They're going to storm this place, but the closer they get to the broadcast terminal, the stronger the signal becomes. So to keep them centered and keep reminding themselves, they have recordings of Bill constantly saying, this is who we are, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing it, we're fighting the monks to get to the broadcast center, this is why, blah, 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 blah. So as long as they keep listening to it, they're immune to the broadcast. As they get into the pyramid, the monks show up, fight scenes ensue, a couple of red shirts are taken out, a couple of monks are taken out. One of the soldiers gets a bullet to his Walkman, which again, not MP3s. TARDIS kick out at least an MP3 player, iPod, something like that.
Maybe
we're using a Walkman for this.
Yeah,
but shoots it. He becomes, indoctrinated by the broadcast again. There's a tense moment where he's got the doctor at gunpoint.
Yep.
It's very clear that he's gonna get bashed, but Nardal shows up and knocks out the guard using not the Vulcan neck pinch. I can't remember what alien species he said it was, but it was very definitely the Vulcan neck pinch.
Vulcan neck pinch.
Which he can't do with his other hand, which is strange because that was his good hand. But they get into the control room, and there's one monk kind of attached to this Cerebro-looking device that's broadcasting their version of things. The doctor plugs in and basically engages in mental warfare. It's very, very much Dr. X action going on, but
there was a lot of eyebrow movement.
Yes, there was very cross and glowing eyebrows and glowing hands where he touched the thing on the head where it's wearing like a crown. It looks a lot like Cerebro from the X-Men.
Yeah.
But he actually loses and gets bolted across the room and gets knocked out. At which point, while he's knocked out, Bill ties him up. And basically, when he wakes up, like, what are you doing? Like, sorry, I couldn't let you stop me. This has to happen, and I wanted to see you before I said goodbye. Bill is going to sacrifice herself to break the link.
Yeah.
To do it.
What is it with companions and sacrificing themselves?
It's kind of what they're there for.
I kind of want to have one companion outside of Nardal who is just like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
We're going to find somebody else to do that, because no, that's scary.
Yeah. But there again, that's kind of why we have Nardal at this point.
True.
That part in the squad is filled. Though there's a very heartfelt goodbye, and the doctor imploring her not to, don't sacrifice herself. Bill, of course, ignores him, plugs herself into the machine, and starts basically doing the mental combat with back and forth with the monk. She losing very badly until it comes to a memory of her mother.
Yeah.
Which is false, because Bill never knew her mother. Every memory she's had was because of all of the pictures that the doctor went back in time and gave her as a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Without actually, giving it to her. It just appeared in her room, because that's kind of how he rolls. And he's laughing and saying, yeah, see, I thought I was just trying to do something nice for you, but I was actually saving the world.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of how I am. I totally meant to do that. This is awesome. Use that memory, because they can't corrupt it. It's not real. It's totally your construct. They have no idea, no potentiality for it, because it is your creation. And that's what Bill does. So Bill's mom saves the world, because using that,
I know.
she basically blows the circuits. It's the paradox problem that the computer can't comprehend, and it
like,
basically
no, this
blows itself out.
This is not real, but but you believe it's real, and this what? No, we can't. Yeah,
right. And once that's
0101010.
yeah, exactly.
She broke the matrix.
At which point, once the transmission is broken and all of humanity suddenly like snaps out of it,
Yeah, just
and
kind of
immediately
blinks
just
their eyes and they're like,
starts
"Hold on a second."
destroying the statues. Because there's now less than a dozen of them. They run away.
Yeah,
They scream like, "We'll try this on some other planet. The juice isn't worth the squeeze on this one."
yeah. We were here for 6 months. Yeah, and that was not worth our 2,000+ year attempt
At doing this.
Yeah, no, not a good investment.
So, but as they leave, the monks erase, and before all the transmitters are destroyed, the monks manage to erase humanity's memory of them.
Yes.
With the exception of, like, Bill and the doctor and a couple of the people who were involved had the headphones on. And the doctor is having a conversation with Bill and basically doing the wrap-up explanation, and Bill looks at the doctor and says, "Why do you put up with us anyway?" And the doctor smiles and says, "Amongst 7 billion, there is one like you. That's why I put up with the rest of them." And walks away.
He's like, "Oh."
And we go back, and he's sitting with Missy in the vault, and Missy at this point is kind of genuinely trying to be good.
Yeah.
But, she lets the doctor know at one point, like, your version of good is not absolute. If you're waiting for me to be good like you, I'll be waiting here a long time, because your version of good is vain and arrogant.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a little
overly
surprised.
hopeful. I will never be that.
I'm not that.
But
I can stop taking a life.
right, and when they get back and they're talking, she mentions, like, I can't even remember all of the people I've killed. And I remember more every day.
Yeah.
So it's like seems to be genuinely kind of broken up about this, and this is where the episode ends. So we're left with the question, like, is she really, like, trying to turn a leaf, or is this just yet another elaborate ruse
to get out?
To get out and to, do her thing and run amok and do whatever she wants to do. So,
and destroy more planets.
Right. So, it's basically she's on parole at this point, because, of course, it's revealed also that, Missy obviously wasn't killed with the executioners, and that the doctor had promised only to guard her body. He said nothing about actually having to kill her. So that's how she was saved in the last episode, which we forgot to mention before moving on to the last episode. But anyways,
whatever.
It was covered, and it was the doctor once again going, "Ha-ha, I fooled you."
Yeah. Save the day.
But so now we're left with, okay, Missy is basically on parole, as it were, and the doctor, if she genuinely wants to be good, we may not have any reason not to keep her in the vault at this point. So maybe she gets out, maybe she doesn't. Who knows? We'll see that in episodes to come.
I know. Yeah, I really enjoyed this story. It felt like a wonderful multi-part story. It was just like, oh, okay, so, we have a couple of weeks of going through, this bigger adventure.
This epic arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, this overall Doomsday arc. Yeah, no, it really was excellent, and it's nice to have the standalone episodes here and there, but having kind of a bigger arc within the massive full season arc is always just really great.
Right. And I do like the fact that also the doctor has his eyesight back.
And the doctor did manage to get his eyesight back.
Thank you.
Once again, the price to be paid was kind of huge.
I know.
But all's well that ends well.
Exactly.
So, but there again, he also did borrow that eyesight, so he still has that looming debt over his head, which at some point will inevitably come back to bite him in the butt at the worst possible moment.
Of course.
But, he's the doctor. He will persevere.
Oh, I forget. Where are we, episode-wise, off to next week?
Honestly, I don't even know. I'm still just in a daze over getting over this huge thing. We will be on episode 9, I can tell you that much, but...
1 second. Come on, slow. There it is. All right, we're going to be on episodes 9 and 10. All right, why are you not loading? There we go. The Empress of Mars and the Eaters of Light. And then the season 2, the 2-episode season finale.
Excellent.
And then on to the Christmas episode.
And then on to the Christmas episode.
Because kind of the Christmas episode deserves to have its own thing.
Right. It's neither a season finale nor is it a season opener.
Yeah. And it is Capaldi's last episode, so...
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, but yay and
I know.
It's always bittersweet whenever a new Doctor arrives.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Join the notification squad as you subscribe. And remember to keep your eyes and ears out, because you never know where or when the Doctor is going to turn up next. Have a great week, everybody.